Hey y'all, this is David, the Georgia photographer. This is the third time I've shot this footage. I keep trying to shoot it on the Sony with a lav mic, and the lav mic is overdriving real bad. And I don't know how to turn the input level down to where it doesn't clip. It's just the audio sounds terrible. So I'm gonna shoot it out here and we'll see how this goes. What this is my extended use review of the Peak Design Everyday Messenger. I've carried this bag probably every day for at least a year straight. And the second year, I would say out of 500, 600 days so far, I have carried it over 400, 425, somewhere in those days, somewhere. You'll see in lots of my videos, you'll see this bag. It's been everywhere with me. I've took it to Hawaii, I've took it up north, I've had it in Canada, I've had it everywhere. I really like the Peak Design bag. It works really well. It has a really strong feature set. And what I like about messenger bag is, like I've got it right now, I carry it just like this. Say I want to get in here and get to my camera, all right? Well, bring my arm through. It creates a shelf. And now I can get in here, I can get my camera out, I can get out of lens, I can change lenses, all while it's right here. I don't have to hunt a flat surface or anything. I can just do it right here. I can clean the lens. You know, it's super convenient. And it's just easy to work with. I mean, it's all right there. It just sits there like a shelf. It's a well-designed bag with quality building materials. It's held up extremely well for 2 years of use. Its bottom is covered in a rubber coating so that water doesn't soak up. It's got a hard liner in there. I don't know what that liner is, but it's stiff, so it kind of stands up pretty much when you sit it down. If you've got a lot of heavy glass in it, it'll still want to fall over, but it is flat on the bottom for that purpose. It does have a notebook computer pocket in the back. If I unzip this, that's what this is for. Doesn't work for me. Once I put camera gear in the front, there's no space left to get the computer in here. So I don't put that in here. I'll put things in here like cleaning cloths, and like there's a Ziploc bag in here for small incidentals that I don't want to lose, you know. It does have a secondary pocket in here that's Velcro closured that's right behind it. It's kind of like, I'll stick like the owner's manual to the camera, or my airplane tickets, my wallet or whatever, my iPhone. I'll drop those in here so I can kind of access them quickly, but they're stowed out of the way while I'm traveling through airports. It's got a well-designed strap. The strap is a seat belt. It's hinged on axial hinges that are pivoting hinges. They're starting to show a little bit of wear from use. I don't know if you can see it in the video or not, but they're actually starting to fray just a little bit. But I have used this bag a lot, y'all. It's got a quick strap. Let me just drop this back over here. This side, you unlock this little buckle here, and it allows you to just pull it down and lengthen it, or pull it up and shorten it real easy. The other side has course adjustments. And what it has is it has this hook, and these little tabs are sewed on. There's another one right here, and then there's another one way over here if you want to turn it into handbag style, I believe is what they call it. They have over the shoulder, on the shoulder, and handbag. When you're carrying it, the strap also has rubber on the padded area on top, so that when you sit on the shoulder, well, it wants to slide off. Well, they tell you in the instructions, flip this over, set the rubber side on, and it don't fall off your shoulder. Now it still slides a little, but it settles on your shoulder to where if you flip it back over and set it, it slides right off. Personally, I don't carry it that way much. That's if I'm just moving from place to place real short. If I'm gonna be walking any distance at all, it goes over. And that way I can just rest my arms on it. It creates this comfortable platform to work with. I want to point this out. They've riveted the rubber hard bottom to the cloth for some reason on these corners. I somehow succeeded in pulling that rivet out. I don't know how I did it, but that rivet's missing. And whatever. I've caught it on something somewhere. I have no idea. It's been on so many airplanes. It's been shoved in corners and in overhead bins and stuck in cars and little nooks and crannies. This one fits on all airplanes. That's another beauty of a messenger bag, is it's small enough that it'll fit in the small overhead bins of the commuter jets and the small turboprops and all those where you can't get, like the roller bags won't fit. This one will. That's another thing I like about this. I've learned to scale back what I take when I travel to where it'll fit in this bag. I just prefer to carry my camera gear on board. And that being said, the handle is cushioned. It's made out of the same seatbelt material, but it's got a cushion sewed into it, and it's riveted on. See the rivets? There, and I mean, this is 2 years of use, guys. This thing is durable. The latches are amazing. If you've never seen an Everyday Messenger or a Peak Design latch assembly, you pull out and that unlocks it. And then as you pull down ever so slightly, there's a piece of like bungee cord or something up in here. So it's kind of spring loaded. If I pull real hard, you can see it moves. All right, I don't know if there's an actual spring in there, if it's a bungee cord or what, but 2 years of use and it's still working. And you notice it just relatched. See? It's got a rare earth magnet in the latch assembly, so that when you see how it's loose, you pull it down and hook it, the magnet pulls it into these steel bars, which are riveted in place for different size locking assemblies, you know, depending on what all you got in it, depends on how far down those close. Like if you stick your tripod in here, you lay it in here and then throw this flap over the tripod, it'll hook on the very top one, and the tripod will fit in it, you know. That's how I've carried my tripod a lot of days. Going to the inside of the bag, I'll take the camera out so I can show you better. These dividers have this stitching done to them, or whatever they do this. It kind of looks like they've thermal sealed it or glued it, but they fold down. They're configurable. See how it'll fold and create that little shelf? Because underneath it is a lens. All right, I fold that down and it creates this little compartment for the camera to fit in. Now the camera fits and sits down on that shelf. And let's see here, I set it down. I always set my camera down face up, but you can see now it's got a pocket. Ignore all that. That was me turning it completely on its side to show you the camera. But what that is a pair of reading glasses and my timer for time lapses, egg timer. But it's got lots of space. There's a lens on this side of the camera, and there's a lens under that little shelf. I can put the 70 to 200 f2.8 on this camera body and it'll fit. It'll lay down this one, it'll lay right in here and fit perfectly, guys. This little pocket here is accessible from the outside. There's a zipper right here. This zipper opens up and you can get into here to get to your filters or your pens or whatever. You can pull a camera out through this, but I tend not to. It's kind of inconvenient for me to do that because the camera's so big. If you have a smaller camera, it'll fit through there pretty easy, but I normally don't do that. The front has a zipper closed pocket, and it's designed around photography. I don't know if you can tell it or not, but there's green stitching here and there's red stitching here, and it's on both sides like that. And that's a visual indicator stitch. You put batteries on this side, and as they go dead, you move them over. Your memory cards go here, and as you fill them up, you move them over. And it's to help you keep all that stuff organized easier for more rapid acquisition. I've even got a little mic for an older iPhone in here. It's been laying in here for a long time. Now see, it's even accordioned, so the stuff don't fall out the sides. Little objects you lay in here won't fall out because of these accordion stitchings. Now this zipper isn't a sealed zipper because it goes under the top flap. But all the two top flap zippers, lock this up, are actually sealed zippers. And they've held up really well for 2 years of use. See all that? It's got on the sides, it's got these two little kicker pockets on the side here to stick stuff in. I normally don't stick stuff in these pockets. It's pretty rare for me to do that. But this side has the cord to put your keys in. It's got one of those little buckle things like you see on the camera straps now. It comes with one of those, and you put it on your keys and you drop your keys in there. That's what that's about. Now on the back it has this little thing here. That's a strap as well. And what you do is there's one on each side, and they meet. They mate up. It's a little strap that when you're going through the airport, you set your bag down on the little handle, and then that strap goes around the handle and it latches to keep the bag from falling off of your luggage. That's what they claim it's for. I've never used it. I pulled it out once and locked it, never got that thing back in there, so I don't pull them out anymore. The back is padded. It's got a nice cushion on the back. It's they claim it's weather resistant. I have had it in the rain and rain hasn't gotten through it. The inside is cloth lined. You can tell it's designed for photography. It just is. But this bag has held up really good for the last 2 years. So guys, if y'all are looking for a good messenger bag style camera bag for maybe street photography, or you know, light duty kind of what I would call low equipment need photography, like if you're going somewhere and you know you're going to need this camera and this lens and some batteries and some memory cards and maybe a small tripod, you know, or some little widgets for like your little cell phone. Like I carry the little battery pack and cord to charge my cell phone with. It'll ride in here a lot of times. Stuff like that, there's plenty of room. You can easily make this thing too heavy to carry. It'll hold so much stuff. So with that, I appreciate you guys watching. And if you like my channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And I appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, this is David, the Georgia photographer, and I'll see y'all later.